Listen, you're walking around terrified of getting hurt, aren't you? Scared of rejection, scared of failure, scared someone's going to say something that cuts right through you. Well, here's the joke. You're shadowboxing. You're ducking punches that don't exist from an opponent who was never there. Marcus Aurelius. Here's a man who had every reason to be paranoid. Emperor of Rome, enemies everywhere, people literally trying to kill him. His own son was a disappointment. Plague ravaging his empire, and you know what this man wrote in his journal? How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life. You think someone can hurt you? Let me tell you what hurt actually is. Hurt is your opinion about what happened. That's it. That's the whole magic trick. Someone calls you an idiot. Those are just sounds coming out of their mouth. Idiot. You're the one who decides to pick up those sounds and stab yourself with them. Oh, but they betrayed me. No, they acted according to their nature. And you're surprised? That's like being shocked that a cat killed a mouse. What did you expect? People do what people do. The betrayal isn't what they did. The betrayal is you expecting them to be something other than human. Look, right now, in this moment, are you in pain? I don't mean your story about pain, I mean actual, right now pain? No? Then you're manufacturing suffering out of memories and fantasies. You're literally hurting yourself with ghosts. Marcus wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." Bang, right there. The present can't hurt you because the present is just what's happening. The hurt comes from your commentary track. This shouldn't be happening. This is terrible. I can't handle this. Says who? You're handling it right now. You're literally in the middle of handling it while claiming you can't. Someone breaks up with you. Your mind goes, "I'll never find love again. I'm going to die alone. This proves I'm unlovable." Hold on, what actually happened? Someone said they don't want to continue a relationship. That's it. Everything else is your screenplay. You're writing, directing, and starring in your own tragedy. You want to know what's really wild? We do this with compliments too. Someone says you did a good job, and immediately you're thinking, they're just being nice. They don't really mean it. They want something from me. You can't even let good things be good. You've got to run them through your paranoia filter. Here's what nobody tells you about other people's opinions. They're having them anyway. Right now, someone somewhere is thinking you're an idiot. Someone else thinks you're brilliant. Someone thinks you're attractive. Someone thinks you're ugly. And you know what? You're sitting here, existing, completely unaffected by any of it. Their thoughts are their business, happening in their heads, using their brain cells. Why are you trying to manage real estate you don't own? But what if they reject me? Okay, what if they do? Marcus Aurelius says, it is in your power to withdraw into yourself whenever you desire. You've got an unassailable fortress inside you that no rejection can breach. But instead of living in that fortress, you're camping outside the walls, hoping everyone who passes by will validate your parking. You're afraid of criticism? Let me paint you a picture. You do something. Someone criticizes it. Now what? Did your arm fall off? Did you spontaneously combust? No, you experienced an emotion. That's literally all that happened. You felt a feeling. And you're terrified of feeling feelings? That's like being afraid of breathing air. The real kicker is when you're afraid of future pain. What if I get cancer? What if I lose my job? What if my spouse leaves me? You're torturing yourself with possibilities. You're literally using your imagination, this incredible creative faculty, to terrorize yourself. That's like using a paintbrush to poke yourself in the eye. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What we cannot bear removes us from life. What remains can be borne." Think about that. If something was truly unbearable, you'd be dead. If you're still here, still breathing, still thinking, then by definition, you're bearing it. You're stronger than you think, but you're too busy telling yourself weakness stories to notice. They disrespected me. No, they acted, and you decided it was disrespect. Another person might have laughed it off. Another might not have even noticed. But you picked it up, examined it from every angle, and decided to be wounded by it. You're a meaning-making machine, and you keep manufacturing meanings that hurt you. Let's get practical. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Your blood boils. That inconsiderate jerk, he did that on purpose. He has no respect. Meanwhile, the guy's rushing to the hospital because his kid is sick, or maybe he's just a terrible driver. Either way, your anger is your choice. He's already 3 miles down the road, and you're still sitting there, marinating in your own stress hormones. You know what's funny about holding grudges? It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. They're at home, sleeping peacefully, maybe they don't even remember you exist, and you're lying awake at 3 a.m., rehearsing arguments, perfecting your comeback for a conversation that ended 5 years ago. But they need to apologize. For what? So you can feel better? You've just admitted that your well-being is in their hands. You've made yourself a puppet, and you're handing them the strings. Here, random person who hurt me, you control how I feel today. I'll just wait here until you decide I can be happy again. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly. How much trouble he avoids, who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does. You're so busy monitoring everyone else's behavior, checking if they're treating you right, measuring their respect levels, that you've forgotten to live your own life. You're a security guard at a museum that doesn't exist, protecting treasures nobody's trying to steal. But what if I'm alone? You are alone. We're all alone. That's the human condition. You were born alone, you'll die alone, and everything in between is a temporary arrangement. But instead of making peace with this fundamental truth, you're scrambling for connection like it's oxygen. The desperation is what repels people, not your inherent worth. Here's the paradox. The less you need people, the more they're drawn to you. When you're not frantically grabbing for approval, people relax around you. When you're not desperate for love, love finds you interesting. When you stop chasing validation, you become valid. You think you need people to like you? Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, and he wrote, "How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it." You're destroying yourself over slights that the other person forgot 5 minutes later. You're maintaining a museum of wounds that nobody else even remembers inflicting. Someone doesn't invite you to their party. So what? Were you going to die without that party? Was that party the only source of joy in the universe? No, but your ego got dinged. Your little story about being liked and included got challenged, and now you're spiraling. Maybe I'm not as popular as I thought. Maybe people don't really like me. Maybe I'm secretly annoying. Maybe you're just not going to one party. That's literally all that's true here. The amount of suffering we create from non-events is staggering. Someone doesn't text back immediately. They hate me. Someone seems quiet. What did I do wrong? Someone succeeds. Why not me? You're writing novels based on nothing, creating entire worlds of meaning from shadows. But I need love. Do you? Or do you need to recognize that you are love? That the thing you're seeking outside yourself is what you're made of? You're like a wave, frantically searching the ocean for water. The cosmic joke is that what you're desperately seeking, you already are. Marcus wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." But no, you need that specific person to text back. You need that exact job. You need that particular outcome. You've created a narrow hallway of acceptable results, and when life doesn't squeeze through it, you claim you're hurt. You're not hurt. You're disappointed that reality doesn't match your fantasy. That's not pain, that's a temper tantrum. You're a child in a cosmic toy store, screaming because you can't have everything. They lied to me. Okay, so now you know they're a liar. That's useful information. But instead of using it, you're sitting there shocked. How could they lie to me? Because they're a human being with flaws, fears, and their own agenda. Welcome to Earth. Did you think you were living among angels? The real damage isn't the lie. It's your insistence that people should be trustworthy. You're demanding that humans transcend their humanity for your comfort. That's like being angry at water for being wet. Here's what revenge looks like. Living well. Not because it bothers them, they might not even notice, but because you're no longer organizing your life around their actions. They hurt you on a Tuesday in 2019, and you're still letting it dictate your Thursday in 2024. Who's really hurting you now? But justice. Justice for what? For being human? For acting according to their nature? Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." You want justice? Stop being like them. Stop letting their actions turn you into someone you don't want to be. You know what's exhausting? Trying to control other people's behavior through your hurt. If I show them how much they hurt me, maybe they'll change. That's manipulation disguised as vulnerability. You're using your pain as a crowbar, trying to pry better behavior out of people. How's that working? They don't owe you kindness. They don't owe you respect. They don't owe you love. These are gifts, not salaries. When you receive them, be grateful. When you don't, be unsurprised. You're not entitled to anything from anyone. The universe didn't promise you a soft ride, but I'm a good person. So, you want a cookie? Being good is its own reward. If you're being good to get something back, you're not good, you're a merchant. You're running a store where you sell kindness and expect payment in approval. That's not virtue, that's commerce. You're afraid of abandonment? Everyone leaves. That's what people do. They leave. Through death, through choice, through circumstance. If your happiness depends on people staying, you've anchored your well-being to smoke. Marcus knew this. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Instead of clutching at people, trying to cage them with your need, what if you appreciated them while they're here? What if every interaction was complete in itself, not a down payment on future presence? What if goodbye wasn't a tragedy, but a natural conclusion? They're talking about me behind my back. Of course they are. People talk. It's what we do. We're meaning-making, storytelling primates. Someone's discussing your haircut right now. Someone else is debating your intelligence. Someone thinks you're wonderful. Someone thinks you're terrible. The circus of opinions goes on whether you're watching or not. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "How much trouble he avoids who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only at what he does himself." You're trying to manage 7 billion people's thoughts about you. That's not just impossible, it's insane. You can't even control your own thoughts half the time, and you're trying to control theirs? You want to be invulnerable? Stop having preferences about how people treat you. Not because you're a doormat, but because you're complete. When you need nothing from anyone, you can't be disappointed. When you expect nothing, everything is a gift. But that's cold. No, that's free. You can love people without needing them to love you back. You can be kind without keeping score. You can give without grabbing. That's not cold. That's what love looks like when it's not contaminated by need. Someone insults you. Marcus says, "Choose not to be harmed." And you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed. And you haven't been. That's it. That's the whole technique. It's so simple, it's stupid. But you want it to be complicated because then you'd have an excuse for why you can't do it. You're carrying around a sack of old hurts like they're treasures. Look at this one, from my ex in 2015, and this one from my boss in 2018, and this pristine specimen from my mother when I was 12. You're a curator of wounds, polishing them daily, making sure they stay fresh. What if you just put the sack down? But then people would get away with hurting me. They already did. It's over. You're the one keeping it alive, replaying it, refreshing the wound. They've moved on and you're still there, in 2010, bleeding from a cut that healed years ago. You think forgiveness is about them? Forgiveness is you deciding to stop drinking poison. It's you saying, "I'm tired of hurting myself with this memory." It's not absolution for them. It's freedom for you. I can't help how I feel. Can't you? Then who's feeling your feelings? Some external feelings committee? You're not responsible for your first thought? That's conditioning. But you're responsible for your second thought and your third, and whether you set up camp in negativity or move on. Marcus wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But you keep trying to have power over outside events. You want people to be different, circumstances to be easier, life to be softer. You're arm wrestling reality, and reality doesn't even know you exist. Someone ghosts you. Your mind goes into overdrive. What did I do? Was it something I said? Should I text them? Maybe they're busy, maybe they're dead, maybe they hate me. Or maybe they're just living their life and you're not the main character in it. Your ego can't handle that possibility. You know what's liberating? Realizing you're not that important. People aren't thinking about you nearly as much as you imagine. They're worried about their own problems, their own insecurities, their own fears. Your big embarrassing moment? They forgot it before they got home. But I have real trauma. Yes, and? The past happened. It shaped you. Now what? You can spend the rest of your life as a victim, or you can use it as material for growth. Marcus Aurelius lost his father young, dealt with war, plague, betrayal. Did he write a book called Meditations on Why Life Isn't Fair? No, he wrote about how to live anyway. You're waiting for closure. Closure from who? The person who hurt you? They can't give you closure. Closure is you deciding it's closed. It's you choosing to stop picking at the scab. It's you saying, "This story is over. I'm writing a new one now." Every moment you spend resenting someone is a moment you're not living your life. You're giving them your present, adding it to whatever they took from your past. They stole your wallet, so you're throwing your watch after it. People should be better. Should they? According to whose manual? You've appointed yourself the judge of human behavior, and you're exhausted from all the verdicts. What if people are exactly as they should be, flawed, struggling, doing their best with limited awareness? What if the problem isn't them, but your expectations? Marcus said, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." He wasn't being cynical, he was being practical. When you expect humans to be human, you stop being surprised by humanity. You can't be betrayed if you don't trust blindly. You can't be disappointed if you don't expect perfection. You can't be hurt if you don't hand people the hammer. This isn't about becoming bitter. It's about becoming wise. But then, what's the point of relationships? The point is the relationship itself, not what you get from it. The point is the dance, not the trophy. The point is the connection in this moment, not the guarantee of forever. When you stop needing people to complete you, you can actually see them, not as sources of validation or security, but as fellow travelers, each fighting their own battles, each carrying their own wounds. When you're not grabbing at them, you can appreciate them. Marcus wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together." Not because they're perfect, not because they'll never hurt you, but because this is what's happening now, and now is all you've got. You think you need protection from hurt? You need protection from your own mind. You need boundaries not against other people, but against your own tendency to take everything personally, to make everything about you, to turn every interaction into a verdict on your worth. Someone doesn't love you back, that's information, not injury. Someone leaves, that's change, not catastrophe. Someone criticizes you, that's opinion, not objective truth. You're the one adding the emotional charge, the dramatic music, the tragic meaning. Here's the ultimate truth. Nothing outside you can hurt you without your participation. You're not a victim of circumstances, you're a participant in your own suffering. And if you can participate in suffering, you can participate in freedom. The choice is always yours. Every moment, every interaction, every response. Will you pick up the hurt and carry it, or will you let it pass like weather? Will you be the storm, or will you be the sky? Marcus Aurelius knew something most people die without learning. You are completely, utterly, absolutely in charge of your inner world. Not your circumstances, not your body, not other people, but your responses, your interpretations, your decisions about what things mean. That's your power. That's your freedom. That's your ticket out of the prison of hurt. Use it.